I didn't know when I was a kid that my dad was super famous. I remember the first time we were at a grocery store in a nearby town, and he used his tax card, and the guy behind us must have noticed his name, and I was maybe like 6 or 7 years old, like maybe 7, 8, and the guy's like, it's you, you're Gaylord Powless, and my dad said, yeah, I am. He's like, oh, can I shake your hand? Like, you're a legend. Like I've watched you play in Brantford, and you're just amazing. And I'm like, who is this joker? Like, thinking that, like, I'm a kid, I'm half embarrassed because people are now looking. And the guy said, I wish I could have your autograph. I don't have anything for you to sign. And my dad took off his hat, asked the cashier for a marker, signed his hat, and gave it to that guy. We walked out, and I'm like, why did you just give that guy your hat? Had no idea. Because to me, he was just my dad. And that's, I think, something he was more proud of than anything.
Sometimes other people, if would ask if I wanted to play somewhere else or if I would have played somewhere, I never really wanted to. I liked it in Buffalo, and I liked that my family could come to the games. I liked that, we only practiced an hour away. We didn't have to, get on a flight and go play a home game like some of these other guys have to do in the NL. So, and then playing in front of that crowd is something that was just unreal. Being in Buffalo and.
I have to go to school tomorrow.
Yeah, back to school tomorrow. March break's over. But now is the time, Kalen. Every single day, every single minute of every single day is what's gonna form your future. And it's no joke. You have to take every day serious. Every class, every grade. You have to maintain that sense of doing what's right all the time. All the time. With that focus that you want to go and get an education. You want to go and play college lacrosse. You want to be the best Kalen Bennett that you can be. I'll tell you what, too, Junior, it's extremely, extremely exciting being recruited to go to school to play lacrosse. It's extremely exciting. But I'll tell you what, one of the biggest thrills that I had when I was younger is being recruited to go and play college lacrosse in the States. I played for the Six Nations Arrows, and Coach John Lancey from North Carolina, St. Andrews, came all the way to Six Nations Reserve to watch myself and Delby Powless play. And it was a thrill to meet him after the game, and eventually go and play lacrosse for him in North Carolina.
And it's the thing for a lot of these guys, I think for Kalen, is the thing that's always brought him back to the center to try and keep him going when it was hard. The game is something that, in the support structure he got from the game and those relationships, always helped him when times were difficult. And it still does. And I think he's trying to, and I'm trying to help and guide him as he works through this process with his son about, I keep telling him, what's in the best interest of Kalen, right? Like, what do you want for him as his dad, right? I mean, what can the game bring him for this natural ability you passed on to him, this stuff that you passed him, his passion for playing?
I also used to take that ball and I used to say, this ball right here is your way to school. And I'm telling these guys when they're 6 and 7 years old. And we've had a few that have, not just my youngest son, but we've had a few that's gone to school through lacrosse. And just just last year, we've had 2 from our organization that are in college right now. So, yeah, like I keep saying, lacrosse, I always integrated into modern life because it is. That little ball can pay for your schooling.
When I was playing lacrosse at a competitive level, when I was roughly 18 or 19, I was introduced with the opportunity of playing lacrosse in the States. And I took that as an opportunity to do so. Being a student athlete isn't easy. Once again, I think the idea of lacrosse, it's a privilege. It's something that is an opportunity, but it isn't something that's, you know, that is given to you.
I've been playing goalie my entire life. Like first year, everybody kind of takes turns playing goalie, but yeah, growing up, I've always been goalie, and I find a lot of the guys look up to you, and it helps you become a real leader on the field. So like when it comes to like working or anything else, you get a lot of leadership qualities from it, and it helps build your social skills, teamwork skills, like pretty much everything you need to succeed in life. It really helps you.
Yeah, well, my dad, he's pretty much showed me everything there is about lacrosse, taught me everything really I know. He kind of pinpoints things that I need to work on, and like things that I wouldn't think of, and about, you know, things that I need to like be more creative and stuff, and like so he understand my game and understand what I need to do to become better. I've played with him my entire life since I was, 3 years old, playing in the backyard with him all the way until now. We still play.
But you know what? The fluidity, the creativity, just the joy of the stick being connected to your body, and the things that can come with just the beauty of really being a playmaker. That just comes from having the stick in your hand, being out. You can't buy that. It's the passion of just being out there with playing catch with your dad or your friend on the wall by yourself, because the stick can never be mastered. The beautiful thing about lacrosse is you can never truly master the stick. Any young kid watching this and looking to get a great education, it's out there for you, man. You can do it, and just think big, try hard, and do your best. And if you're good enough and somebody believes in you, like I did for Kalen when he was 18, it could change your path. And then you got to keep making good decisions so your path stays the same.
They get so comfortable in their small community, they are afraid to leave because family is so big here, right? Like your neighbors are your family. Everybody is watching out for your family and your kids. So I think that the kids here, they're afraid to go away to college and go play for a team in another city because they're not going to have that. Your family's going to support you and love you from wherever you are, and you just have to be brave enough to take that next step, because look what it did for my dad. If you're too afraid to leave, you would miss those opportunities. So I would just say be brave, be brave.
Being a student athlete is that I was a student first. I had to make the decision and the commitment to be a student and use that tool to further my education. I was never good at school, but it wasn't until I started excelling in lacrosse that I started kind of believing that I could take those tools, those fundamental tools that I use by playing sports and playing it at a high level, and I can at least interpret that into what I do off the field. And that was, being prepared, time management, being confident in myself, being able to focus on like the task at hand, setting goals for myself. Those were some of the traits that I was able to carry over from being competitive on the field to being competitive in the classroom.
And just seeing them, 3, 4, 5, and 6-year-olds, they don't know what lacrosse is all about, and they pick up a stick and they love it, so you hope you instill that and hope that they carry that on and stay here in Fort Erie for, generations, all because they came here and just picked up a stick and a ball and was throwing around. I hope to see one of those guys play junior A one day, for whoever, or get a lacrosse scholarship, somewhere,
I think that it's important to have fun and just enjoy it, and remember that it is a game, right? And games are supposed to be fun. So I just think that I would just, my advice to kids would be to just enjoy it and have as much fun as you can. It's not gonna, it can last a long time, but it doesn't last long enough. Anybody who doesn't play lacrosse anymore will probably tell you that they wish they could still play, years and years more than what they had.
All we can do as instructors or older people is try and give advice. Whether you take it or not, and when you're a little guy, and then when you get old, you realize, and that's just what the life circle's all about.
The feelings that I would get playing lacrosse, I would say first and foremost was pride. By understanding the history of it, I was very prideful of what I was doing. You know, I kind of, you take on this like warrior mentality, right? If we learn about the history of it and how it was there to help kind of settle disputes.
You ready, boy?
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. You've been waiting all week for this. Run hard all the time, okay? Hit hard. Play hard. Listen to your coach. But most of all, have fun, boy, okay? That's what this game is all about, having fun. Play for the creator, all right? Look at me. You ready?
Yeah.
Let's go, let's do this. Let's go.
Okay.
Let's do this,
Okay.
boy. Let's go. Let's go.
Another feeling that I would get is comfort. I get this odd sense of comfort at the exact same time where I'm surrounded with people that we've been working towards the same goal. It's people that I've learned to trust. Another thing that I would get is nerves, right? You would get kind of worried. And I feel like when you really care about something, you get nervous for it. So I would feel that sense of pride. I would get this balance of comfort, but this other sensation of nerves where, yeah, because I cared about it so much and I cared about trying my hardest and I cared about, you know, going out there and winning. It was something that I was passionate about, and with passion comes nerves because it's, you really want to do your best in that moment, right? So.
I learned all this and passed it on because of what I learned. And hopefully, you know, when the day comes where I'm up playing lacrosse with the other ones, people will remember that. So I just enjoyed the game so much and still do. To me, lacrosse is the best game ever, and I was better at basketball.
Again, like being successful, you don't have to be the captain. You could be, you know, a point or whatever. I don't even know the names of the fucking positions anymore. Like, it's so long ago, like sports in general and whatever. But it's just like every position on the team is pivotal.
Yeah, it's not like one specific thing. You kind of go through like these waves of emotions, you know, as you're kind of sitting in the car, and then you can almost play it, and then as you're sitting in the arena, you feel it. And then as you're getting ready in the locker room, you feel it. And then like right up until the moment of the whistle, you're still feeling all of those exact same nerves. But the second that the whistle goes, it's almost like you flip a switch and you're in the moment.
It was nice to be on the sidelines again, and I'm one of these guys that can't just be there. Like I'm always saying little things like shoot this way or just little things. But
defense, it may look like you just kind of go out there and just trying to hit someone, but I really think it's more that you play with your mind than your physical ability. It's really more strategic. It's really about angles and being to understand people.
We're a team. If one person is sinking, you got to help them and raise them up, you know? And that's the same thing. It's like these kids need to see that, like, they're there for each other. And I think coaching teaches that, and that, you know, it's not just one person running around playing lacrosse. There's multiple players at all times, and together you're going to get a much better outcome if you're all on the same page working together.
Come on, KO! Go on, Caitlin! Woo! Up, up, Hope, yes.
Just take a look at some of the players that have, you know, played before them. You know, like look at the past. A good way to see the future and things is to look at the past. And you know, a lot of guys have been successful. Some guys have played professional, went to school for it, and everything like that. So I mean, not only is it a sweet hobby to be into and to keep physical and mentally healthy, but it could also lead into a career path. So I would say stick with it and, you know, remember where it came from. You know, always remember where it came from.
I know each and every one of you has been playing your heart out tonight, and that's amazing. I love it. That's what I want to see out there. Okay, we got one shot to win this. We're gonna give it to Kalen Jr. to shoot. Okay, red on three. 1, 2, 3. Red!
I can't remember how many goals he scored, but you know, it was enough to know that he's very talented. You know, he's a very good lacrosse player, and he's got a great history in his grandfather. You know? Yeah, I'm sure if we played again, I'm sure we would win the next game though.
My hands stink. I want you to have this, boy.
Oh, didn't your dad give you one of these?
He certainly did. Dad did give me one of these. All right? You take care of this now. I love you too. So when a child is born, who's on Guahome, they get presented with a stick, a wooden stick. And it's a very special moment to be able to receive one and also to give one. And they keep that stick with them, and it's their initiation into the lacrosse world.